It's been 3 years, and I still haven't found a logical explanation for what happened to me that weekend in the Arizona desert. I've debated whether or not to share this story, but maybe someone out there has experienced something similar, or can tell me what the hell I encountered out there. Back in the summer of 2021, I was going through a rough time. Breakup, job stress, the works. I needed space to breathe, clear my head. So I decided to go camping alone for the weekend. I'd done solo trips before, but this was my first time out in the Sonoran Desert, near the Arizona-Mexico border. I'd picked a spot about 20 miles off the main road. No campsites, no cell signal, just miles of dry heat, saguaro cacti, and that haunting desert silence. I arrived mid-afternoon Friday, set up camp, and took a short hike around the area. Nothing unusual. The only sound was the occasional wind sweeping through the brush and the distant cry of a hawk. That night, I made a small fire, cooked some food, and sat under the stars. I actually felt at peace. But around 1 a.m. I woke up suddenly in my tent. No reason, just this deep, unshakable feeling that something wasn't right. At first, everything was still, too still. Then I heard it, a soft clicking sound, like two stones tapping together. It wasn't loud, but it was nearby, maybe 20 feet from my tent. I sat up, heart thumping, and held my breath. The clicking would stop for a few seconds, then start again, but this time from another direction, closer. I unzipped the tent as quietly as I could and poked my head out, flashlight in hand. Nothing. Just the fire's dying embers casting long shadows across the dirt. I scanned the area with the light. Nothing moved. But that clicking continued, circling me. It echoed faintly, like it was bouncing off something. It was too deliberate to be natural. I didn't sleep the rest of that night. The next day, I tried to rationalize it. Maybe it was an animal, some desert rodent or bird. I went hiking again, tried to shake the paranoia. But the moment the sun dipped below the horizon, the tension came back. That night, around the same time, 1:12 a.m., I woke again. This time it was footsteps. Slow, dragging steps on dry gravel. Crunch, pause, crunch. I sat there, frozen. Whatever it was just outside my tent. I reached for my flashlight, and then stopped. A voice, low, hoarse, almost a whisper, spoke from the darkness. "You shouldn't be here." I swear to God, I heard it clear as day. It was coming from the left side of the tent. I didn't move. I didn't breathe. Then the same voice, now on the other side, muttered again, "Leave." I shot out of the tent, flashlight and knife in hand, but there was no one. Nothing. Just my footprints and the soft wind through the brush. But that's not the part that scared me most. The ground around my tent had new footprints. Bare feet, long, wide, almost misshapen. And there were no other tire marks near my sight. No other campers. No vehicle tracks. Nothing. Just those barefoot prints, leading in a wide circle around my tent, and then disappearing into the desert. I didn't sleep that night either. I should have packed up and left that morning, but something made me stay. Maybe it was stubbornness. Maybe it was pride. Maybe it was just stupidity. Saturday passed without incident. I didn't hike. I just stayed near the fire, eyes scanning the horizon. The air felt heavier, like even the sun was watching me. I barely ate. I waited for nightfall like a prisoner waits for execution. When darkness came, the desert was even quieter than before. No insects, no owls, just that suffocating stillness. And then, 1:09 a.m., I heard it again. The clicking. But this time, it wasn't circling. It was coming straight toward me. I turned off the flashlight, sat perfectly still in the dark, eyes wide open. The sound grew louder, closer, until I could hear breathing. Shallow, labored, wet. Then the tent fabric stretched inward like a hand was pressing against it. I grabbed my knife and screamed, "Who's there?" Silence. Then, in the exact same whisper as before, "You stayed too long." I didn't hesitate. I bolted out of the tent and ran. I left everything, gear, food, even my wallet. Just ran through the desert like a lunatic. I don't know how far I went, maybe 2, 3 miles, but I didn't stop until I saw headlights in the distance. some truck on a dirt road. I ran straight into its path, waving like a madman. The driver was an older guy, rancher type. He let me in, gave me water, and asked what happened. I couldn't explain. I just said someone, or something, was stalking me. He stared at me for a long time, then said something that chilled me to the bone. "You're not the first. Few folks who camp alone out there come back right. If they come back at all." I filed a report, but nothing came of it. When I returned weeks later with a friend to retrieve what I'd left behind, everything was gone. Tent, supplies, even the fire pit, like no one had ever been there. But the footprints were still there. Not mine. The same barefoot tracks. Except this time, there were more of them. I haven't been camping since. And I'll never go back to that desert. Whatever I saw, or heard, wasn't human, and it didn't want me there. I still wonder, what would have happened if I stayed one more night? If you're reading this and thinking of solo camping in Arizona, don't.